Hey guys, Pastor P here. Hope that you're doing well on this Sunday afternoon. It's still very beautiful outside this time of day in Southern California. Want to thank you again for joining us on our vacation and walking the Camino with us, and just it was just beautiful. And I just thank you again for your many comments and as you responded to our pictures and to the things that we were sharing and to everything that we experienced there. I encourage everyone, everyone. You want more details about it, please ask, because I encourage you to take that pilgrimage yourself, because it's truly, as one friend shared, it's life-changing. And so it really, things, the people that you meet, the amazing, awesome people you meet, and walking through all the things that we did and all the things that we shared and the places that we saw and all the beautiful things that we saw along the way and all the beautiful people that we met and saw along the way. Yes, truly life-changing. And so if you'd like more information about that, just message me or, give a holler. Glad to share about it. Excited to share about it. But tonight I want to share with you from Matthew 13. Matthew 13, beginning in the first verse, it says that about the same time, Jesus left the house and sat on the beach. In no time at all, a crowd had gathered along the shoreline, forcing him to get into a boat. Using the boat as a pulpit, he addressed his congregation by telling them stories. And he says, "What do you make of this? A farmer planted seed. And as he scattered the seed, some of it fell on the road and birds ate it. Some fell in the gravel, and it sprouted quickly, but didn't put down roots. So when the sun came up, it withered just as quickly. Some fell in the weeds, and as it came up, it was strangled by the weeds. Some fell on good earth and produced a harvest beyond his wildest dreams." And then Jesus asked the disciples this, or asked the crowd this: "Are you listening? Are you listening to this? Are you really listening?" And I love this because the disciples came up and they asked him, "Why do you tell stories?" And he replied, "You've been given insight into God's kingdom." I'm telling you today, you've been given insight into God's kingdom. Are you really listening? You know how it works. He goes on to say, not everybody has this gift, this insight. It hasn't been given to them. Whenever someone has a ready heart for this, the insights and understandings flow freely. But if there is no readiness, if there's no trace of receptivity, it soon disappears. That's why I tell stories. To create readiness. This is why I tell stories. To create readiness. To nudge the people toward a welcome awakening. In their present state, they can stare till doomsday and not see it. Listen till they're blue in the face and not get it. I don't want Isaiah's forecast repeated all over again. And you'll see in Matthew 13 that he begins to share a passage from Isaiah 6. It says, "Your ears are open, but you don't hear a thing. Your eyes are awake, but you don't see a thing." And in the Message version, it said, "The people are stupid." And here it says, "The people's hearts have become calloused," is what it says in the New International Version. It says, "They stick their fingers in their ears so they won't have to listen. They screw their eyes shut so they won't have to look. So they won't have to deal with me face to face and let me heal them." But you have God-blessed eyes. You have God-blessed eyes. Eyes that see. God-blessed ears. Ears that hear. A lot of people, prophets and humble believers among them, would have given anything to see what you're seeing, to hear what you're hearing, but have never had the chance. He went on to say, he said, "Study the farmer and the planting of the seed. When anyone hears news of the kingdom and doesn't take it in, when you hear news that applies directly to you, when you hear truth, and it just remains on the surface, it says the evil one comes along and plucks it right out of that person's heart." When you just carry your faith up here on the surface, it's easy for lies and distractions and all this kind of stuff, disturbances and all this stuff to hinder you. It says the evil one comes along and plucks it right out of that person's heart. This is the seed the farmer scatters on the road. The seed cast in the gravel, this is the person who hears and instantly responds with enthusiasm. "Wow, I heard it. It's amazing." but there's no soil of character. And so when the emotions wear off, when you're no longer excited about it, and some kind of difficulty arrives, there's nothing to show for it. He goes on to say, the seed that was cast in the weeds is the person who hears the kingdom's news, but weeds of worry and illusions about getting more and wanting everything under the sun strangle what was heard, and nothing comes of it. That's a lot like the news today. You hear something and you're excited about it, and you're wanting it to grow, and you're wanting it to become something, but yet you share that something with someone, and then there comes another weed of doubt or fear or worry, and you buy into the weeds of doubt and fear and worry, forgetting that the word you received was from God. And it says nothing comes of it. And then he says, the seed cast on good earth is the person who hears and takes in the news, and then produces harvest beyond his wildest dreams. Now let's just stop right there for a second. So the same farmer is sharing these seeds. They're sharing seeds of truth, but it's about the soil that it lands in. It's about the soil and the condition of the heart. It's about if it lands, it says, when anyone hears the news of the good news and doesn't take it in, it remains on the surface. You hear a truth, but you don't want to receive a truth. Why? Because it hurts. You don't want to have to deal with it. You don't want to have to look at yourself. You don't want to have to look at where you came from, or your education, or what you know, or who you know, or what you believe in, or what you vote for. I don't know. You don't have to look at all that. And it says that when anyone hears the news and doesn't take it in, it just remains on the surface. There it is. And so it's very easy for someone else to come along and just steal that seed. This is the seed the farmer scatters on the road. It says that the seed that was cast in gravel, the person who hears it and instantly responds with enthusiasm. We hear truth. I'm in. I'm on it. But then something else comes along, right? Something else on social media, something else in the news, something else on, you get some little quick hit from somebody, but there's nothing to cause it to take deep roots, you see? Because when that enthusiasm wears off, I mean, we're so guilty. Come on now. We're guilty of just like on Facebook or Instagram or whatever your mode of social media is these days. There's so many now. You're just like thumbing right through it. Oh, that's amazing. Wow, look at that. That's truth. Man, I can apply that. And then before you know it, you've already 2 seconds later, you've gone down 10 more things and forgot about what that thing was that you were going to apply. And then it goes on to say, the seed cast in the weeds is a person who hears the news, but is so worried about the things that are happening. Their life evolves around fear and worry and doubt, and that's what they share. They share all this negativity. They're always coming at you with negative stuff. So if you bring a word of the Lord, they don't want to receive it. Why? Because you got to get through that shield of fear and worry and doubt. All that stuff is just going to strangle out what was heard, and nothing comes of it. But Jesus didn't stop there. He said the seed that's cast on good earth is the person who hears the truth, takes it in, applies it, and produces a harvest beyond his wildest dreams. I believe that's what he was saying when he said about Isaiah. I encourage you tonight to have eyes to see and ears to hear and a heart to receive what God has for you. And don't let anyone steal it. Don't let anyone take it away. Don't let anyone take that joy away. And if you come across a truth for yourself or a truth as a whole, test it. Test it. See if the truth is the truth. And when you learn that the truth is the truth, then begin to apply it to your life. When you learn something new about yourself, apply it to your life and see what the difference is. Because Jesus said, they won't have to deal with me face to face and let me heal them. Your healing comes as you face that truth. Growth comes as you allow yourself to be planted in truth. Your decisions become so much easier. What you choose to follow, what you choose to believe in. There's no confusion. There's no frustration when you know that you know that you know that truth is truth. I encourage you tonight to seek after truth. Don't stop all this seeking after, following after this person or following after that person or whatever. Follow the good news. Follow the God news. Seek after truth. May God bless you abundantly. I hope you have a wonderful week. I'm happy to be back and happy to be sharing with you. Look forward to hearing from you again real soon. Take care. Have a wonderful week. I love you. Bye now.